Still got the moves.
If you could jump on the stage, I'd like to see it. Can you do it? Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's 12 noon here in Kearney, Nebraska, and it's the Loper Luncheon as we kick off the 2016 fall campaign. We welcome our friends from Kearney Catholic High School, Kearney High School, and also our coaching staff from UNK. To get the show on the road, please welcome your MCs of the hour. Please welcome from KGFW Radio, Dave Jenner, and ESPN Superstation, KKPR, Doug Duda.
Thank you for coming out, everyone. Is everybody well fed? Everybody thank Timmy over there and everyone from Runza. Some onion rings would have been nice, but it's okay. It's okay.
Still pretty good.
It's awfully good.
Runza's
always good.
When are they going to get that new one built by the high school?
Tim? No, never mind. I could go home and be ignored. Thanks, Tim. We've got a full slate. Again, we want to, before we even get started, we want to thank all of the coaches, all of the athletes that are here, and all of you fans for coming out. One of the great things about living in this community is all the support that we have for athletics, both at the high school and the college level, and it's greatly appreciated. We're going to kick things off appropriately. The 2016 football season for UNK begins a week from today. They're going to be taking on Missouri Western, and here to give us an update in his second year as head coach, Josh Lamerson. Now, and you jumped up there. Hey, you're athletic, buddy.
Kind of got me excited to hear Rich come up to the mic and do his little intro, and you know it's about sports season when that happens. So Rich, it's good to hear your voice again. I want to thank everybody for coming out. It was just about a year ago today. This was my very first Loper Luncheon, and I was up here and staring across the room and not really having any idea who any of the faces were, and it's what a difference a year makes. It's great to look out and see a lot of familiar faces, and thank you so much for your support. I want to introduce our captains that are here with us today. We've got senior offensive lineman Luke Brown from Fort Lupton, Colorado. We've got Tyke Kojal, senior linebacker from Sargent, Nebraska. And Steve Worthing, redshirt freshman quarterback from Elkhorn, Nebraska. They will have to exit right here pretty soon. I think they have class at 12:15 for that student-athlete section of it. I know we were informed that we needed to be pretty tight today. We've got a lot of speakers to come up. I just want to tell you a little bit about our football team, what we've been doing the last couple weeks, and where we're headed. We reported for camp 55 true freshmen on August the 9th, and then they were joined by the rest of the team on August 10th. We have 125 young men on our roster, and we are enjoying the renovated locker room right over here. It's a state-of-the-art facility that our players truly enjoy and are getting a lot of use out of. They've been working extremely hard both on and off the field to obviously better their physical skills, but also their mental skills to build our culture. We've really relied on three things that we've talked about extensively throughout these last couple weeks, and first and foremost, it's relentless effort. It's always competing, and it's 10 strong. Those are our culture pillars that we really rely on both on and off the field to guide us with our work ethic and what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish. We are going to be a fairly young football team. We've got a lot of new faces on offense. Our returning faces are really going to be anchored by our offensive line. We've got 3 seniors on our O-line with Luke Brown, Nick Wentz, and Zach Beard that have played a lot of snaps in the MIAA. They're going to be joined by David Squires and probably Jack McClay or Josh Stoltenberg, 2 redshirt freshmen up front. And those guys are really the bulk of our starts that are coming back on our offensive unit. With the exception of those 2, Steve's going to start at quarterback for us. We've got Luke Quinn and Thomas Russell coming in at the running back spot. All new faces out at the wide receiver spot, a couple of returners at the tight end spot, but for the most part, we're going to have a lot of young faces that are out there going out and making plays that you'll hear for the first time. Defensively, obviously Tyke coming back. Tyke was named as a preseason All-American in one of the recent publications, so please help me in joining him and congratulating him for that. It's a great honor for him. Tyke being our all-time leading tackler coming into his senior season, so everything that he does on top of that will be gravy. Joining Tyke, the linebacker position, senior Trey Anderson. We also have Garrett Poppin, a transfer from the University of Nebraska, DJ Curtis, Rakeed Hill, Sal Silvio, Zach Sullivan, and Kevin Gallardo-Franklin, so a strong linebacking core. We've got some depth returning in the secondary in Antoine Hadley, George Brown, and Darian Thomas. Those guys started games for us last year. They're going to be joined by Dallas Vaughn and some new faces in Max Raymond and company back there. D-line, really the couple guys that we have back. Sam Stoltenberg is a name that you've heard for quite a while, along with Jake Bartling and Devin Hernandez. After that, we've got some transitional guys. Ty Spees switched over from tight end last year, has joined the starting lineup at the defensive line position. Jordan Ingram, Romeo Bryant, and Edwin Hooper are all guys that you're going to hear their names. So some new names, definitely for sure, some new faces. What we lack in experience, we make up for in youthful exuberance. Practices have been very spirited and competitive. We've actually had to back our guys off going good on good. We kind of kept hurting each other. So the physicality has been great. And the intensity and the focus has been outstanding too. As we've moved into now game prep for Missouri Western, we've broken up into our scout teams, and it's really more mental preparation for what we're doing for the next week. And we are 1 week away. We will travel to Missouri Western next Wednesday evening. We kick off September 1st at 7 o'clock in St. Joe, Missouri. They opened their newly renovated stadium there. It's the second biggest Jumbotron in Division II. It's kind of funny, they put out a press release that said it was the biggest Jumbotron in Division II, and then Grand Valley about 5 minutes later put out a press release that said, not so fast. It's really not. So we're excited about that. I think our players are ready to hit somebody else to get into the normal routine of game week and kind of get out of that camp mode. We come back to Kearney for our home opener on September 8th against Emporia State. That's a Thursday night at 7 o'clock will be our kickoff. I know our guys are excited about playing in front of that home crowd. We always have some fantastic support and great energy in our stadium. So with that, extremely excited about our football team, where we're headed, where we're going. Going to need to stay healthy at some key spots, but really going to rely on those three and their leadership and our leadership council throughout the season to kind of carry us through. Want to thank Runza, the Kearney Visitors Bureau, and the Kearney Chamber of Commerce for supporting this awesome event. Always look forward to Loper Luncheons and all these familiar faces catching up with people out in the community. Good luck to all the coaches and all the sports. It's such an exciting time this fall to be around athletics, whether you're at the high school level or the college level. It's just to get back into the swing of things and get going again it makes my heart skip a beat. So go Lopers, go Stars, and go Bearcats. Don't want to say that one very often, but thanks, guys.
You mean there's a Squires that doesn't play volleyball? I was unaware. He plays? He plays a little volleyball, does he? In the banana outfit? That's cool. Well, speaking of cool, Kearney High will open their season with their traditional rival and Grand Island. And they've done so well at Kearney High under the tutelage of our next speaker that they built him a brand new school. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Cool, your Bearcat head football coach.
For sure here. Good afternoon. A year ago, we had an opportunity to hire a brand new football coach here at UNK, and Coach Lamerson obviously went into the off season, and during the off season, he was involved with being the champion for the Kearney Dancing with the Stars. And so I wanted to say, Coach Lamerson, congratulations on that aspect of things. The problem is this. I think we got a new head football coach here in Kearney, Nebraska, too. And so I'm going to encourage maybe the Chamber or the Visitors Bureau, whoever's involved with all the Dance with the Stars, that the new head coach at Kearney Catholic, might be a great choice for this offseason. And so, Coach Harvey, I put a plug in for you too, buddy. We're excited to get things rocking and rolling at Kearney High School. It has been a whirlwind here the last 5 weeks. We moved the weight room the last Friday in July. We spent time moving all the football equipment the first part of August. We have been going 2-a-days the last couple weeks. And finally, yesterday was kind of a first day of school, but today is for sure the first day of school. And I got to be in class here in about 12, 13, 14 minutes. So I'm going to try to hustle as fast as I can. But just get into the Bearcat football. First thing I want to do is introduce the 3 guys that I brought today. The first guy right here is Rudy Stouffer. He's going to start for us on the offense and defensive line tomorrow night. Rudy is obviously 6'5" and 250 pounds, and we expect him to dominate in the trenches all night long. The key is he puts a lot of time and effort into his season, and we expect big things out of him on Friday nights. The guy beside him is Noah Urbanek. Noah will start for us at running back and outside linebacker. And again, Noah's played for us since he's been a sophomore, so his game experience is tremendous. He started for us both ways a year ago, and same thing as I said with Rudy, he better be able to dominate, obviously, for us on both sides of the football. And then the other guy is Ryan Koski. Ryan is going to be the starting free safety for us tomorrow night, weak safety. And I've always told him that he's kind of the quarterback of our defense. He spends a lot of time getting those guys organized back behind there. Tremendous leader on that defensive side of the ball. The nice thing about all 3 of those guys, they're really good in the classroom. All 3 of those guys are good in the hallways in our community, and not a better 3 guys to represent Kearney Bearcat football than those 3 guys. So give those guys a round of applause again for me, please. Tomorrow night, obviously head out to Grand Island. What a fantastic opportunity to start week 1 against the Islanders. We're excited for that opportunity. I kind of reflect back a year ago. There's been multiple times in some football games a year ago where I looked out there defensively and I started counting some of our underclassmen, which I've never done since I've been here. And there's multiple times where I would count for sure 7, and there's a handful of times that I counted 8 juniors that were playing at one time on a Friday night. Now, I don't think that bodes well from all the success that has occurred at Kearney High School. We're usually a senior-dominant team, and to see those 8 juniors out there a year ago was a little bit on the frustrating side. Now going into this season, obviously that's a positive for us. And as you analyze, 8 of those guys will probably be starters for us tomorrow night. We look at being pretty senior-dominant. We have about 34 seniors out. Come back with about 33 juniors and some like 53, 54 sophomores. So we're right at about 110 players out there on the practice field. We only have one little turf area. We're still working on our sod and our grass area, so it's kind of hard to get all those kids going in the right direction. So for us, we're pleased with our numbers. We're pleased at the JV level and the sophomore level, and we're just excited about getting our football season started. We had a tremendous offseason. We get into our non-district schedule with Grand Island and Lincoln East and North Platte, the first 3 games of the year. And then in our district, we have some big dogs in our district. Creighton Prep in there, our defending state champs in Class A, and Miller North is in our district. I think Papillion will still be good. We have Lincoln Northeast, Fremont, and Omaha Benson. And so from top to bottom, I think our district is going to be very, very competitive. So if you get bored on a Friday night, whether it's coming out to Grand Island tomorrow night or coming next week against Lincoln East, sure come out and definitely come out and support the Bearcats. So last thing here, before I leave for class, appreciate the Chamber and the Visitors Bureau to take on this Loper Luncheon. Obviously, Tim Higgins and his crew do a tremendous job. And we appreciate, as I look around the room, appreciate your support in the community of Kearney. So good luck to the Kearney Catholic Stars, good luck to the UNK Lopers, and go Bearcats.
I kept waiting for power tools to interrupt you when you were talking. I went to interview Coach yesterday, and they were still installing stuff in there. It turned out great. You know, we're talking about Dancing with the Stars with Coach Harvey. Didn't we participate in something together a couple of years ago? And I'd be willing to do that again, the barbecue judging. Darn right. Let's work on that, Chamber. In his first year, and by the way, the Stars are going to be opening up their season tomorrow at Adams Central. Here to tell us more is the first-year head coach. Yeah, that's your cue, Coach. The head coach for the Kearney Catholic Stars, Former Loper, Rashawn Harvey.
So I thought we were following the script here. As a football coach, we list everything and we go in order, and then these guys decide they're not going to follow the script. So I guess you do whatever you want to whenever you want to, I guess. Okay. I can. We can kick the ball around. That's about all I know. But how's everybody doing? Oh, we got to try that again. I'm from the South, and when you don't respond, we turn this thing into a Southern Baptist church service. So we'll be here forever. How's everybody doing? Good. Well, thank you. All right. Like they mentioned, my name is Rashawn Harvey, and proud to be the head football coach at Kearney Catholic High School. Our team this year, we've got 57 boys out. Half the number those guys have. I'm no math guy, but I guess it's a little more than half than Kearney High. But we're excited to have our kids out. We've got 15 seniors, and our boys will play everything. They won't get off the field much, but they're excited to get going tomorrow night. We open up at Adams Central. Got to hit the road there. Our first, I think it's 3 of our first 5 games are on the road, so we'll get that road test and see how we respond that way. Tough opener for us with, in a sense, a Class B juggernaut coming down to C1, and always worry about the numbers when you got to play a team that's coming down, but we'll compete. The strength of our team this year is going to be our skill positions. We've got guys we can play about anywhere when it comes to the skill spots. We got some team speed, and we'll utilize that. And our thing we promote to the boys is that we're going to use every tool in the toolbox to get the job done. That every job needs a different tool. We're going to pick the right tool. And so all of them are prepared to play several positions. Down in the trenches, we'll have a good group of guys there. That was our area of development this summer. So guys did a great job of going to different camps. We went to some jamborees. We came to UNK's full contact camp and had a great time competing. We competed with mainly Class A and B schools, but our kids were in there, didn't back down at all. So that's always a good sign for a team and things to come. So they're ready to get in the trenches and knock heads with someone safely. So we don't need any training. We don't need Bill Murphy running out, if he's at our games or anything like that. So we're excited about that. Our team has gelled well this our camp. We started open up August 8th. We started practice August 8th, and we've only had one minor injury, and that kind of happened the week before. We joke and say the kid tripped over his own foot running in drills. Now he's in a boot for 6 weeks, and that actually did happen. He tripped over his own foot and broke his toe. But outside of that, we're pretty healthy and just ready to go. And we just hope everyone, and if you have an opportunity to come out and support the Stars, we'll be here at home in 2 weeks. Then we got Ogallala coming into town. So we got Adams Central this week. Then we go to GICC. That's a big rival game for us. And then we'll be at home. So come on out and watch us. We tend to think we play an exciting brand of football. We spread you out all over the place. People don't like our funky formations. We'll be 4-by-1, 3-by-2. We got sometimes we'll line up all the linemen over here, all the skill guys over here. So we try to make things fun and exciting for their kids, for our kids, and our kids know that there's not going to be 1 or 2 guys just touching the ball consistently. We'll have a game where there'll be 7, 8 guys catch a pass, 4 or 5 guys run the ball. So we like to make things fun. We're not very big over there, so we like to use our speed and make it fun for our little guys. So come on out, support the Stars, and thanks, Lopers, for having us. Former Loper, excited to be here, and good luck to the Bearcats. And then also, Chamber, don't even think about it, okay? I got a bad knee, so don't think, and I know you want people that are in shape. I'm in shape, rounds of shape, but I don't think you want rounds, so you better go after somebody else.
Yeah, pear is a shape too, and I'm working on that. The UNK soccer team is actually going to be in action tonight. They have a blue-gold scrimmage. It's going to be taking place at 7 o'clock, and here to tell us more is the head coach, John Maisner.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to see everybody. You know, this time of year you come and all the schools are here, so it's great. And thanks to Runza, he was trying to push extra Runzas on our players, and I said, a Runza is like a glass of wine. You can only have one per day, but two will kill you. But sorry, Tim. I think he left. I don't think he heard that. So that's good. No, our team is you know, it's exciting. Every year coaches come up and they tell you how excited they are about their teams. You know, you have to. You got to be positive as a coach. You got to make your players believe that they're going to do well, and you know, you always believe in your team. You always believe in your players. But you know, I've been saying it since I've been here. And but this year, this team, you know, it really is a little bit different. You know, we're 8 years into our program. This is going to be my 5th season, and we're kind of ready to take the next step and start surprising some people. I think we have a group of players that is just more athletic, fast, skillful, tough, good people. It's just a great group. So I'm super excited. I know the players can feel it too, that it's going to be, it has the potential to be a special year. I've got my 3 out of 4 of my captains here tonight. Katie Wolashchak, a 5th-year senior. She can play anywhere, but we're trying to get her more in the attack. We've had to play her in the back defensively a lot over her career here. But the last 2 games of the season last year, we pushed her up and she scored 3 goals in 2 games. So we're like, we better keep her more forward. So that's the plan this year. Kristen Otter, also 5th-year senior. Kristen's just starting to feel really good. She was injured last year, so we really missed her. But she's starting to feel great. You know, when you're coming back from an injury, you have great days and then you have a step back. So that's where she's at, but she's making a lot of progress, and it's great to see her back on the field. We really missed her, so it's going to be great to have her back. And she can also play in a lot of different spots, so we got to figure out where she's going to be best. But she can help us all over the field. And Evie Sintek. She's got the best smile in the room. She's a tough center forward that's going to score a bunch of goals this year for us. You know, she makes it really hard for the players we play against. They just are not happy when they have to play against Evie. She'll kick you and hurt you, right, Evie? So it's great to have her on our team instead of having to play against her. Anyway, we have a great group. We start this September 2nd is our opening game. We actually, you know, because of the way things are set up, Kearney High football plays here a couple times a year. So we're going to actually play our home opener at Kearney High, which is kind of exciting. Friday, September 2nd at 5 p.m. So come on before the high school football game. Come and check us out. And then we also play Sunday at 11 here. UNK. But it's great that Kearney High football plays in our stadium. We love that, but we're not so happy about not playing in our home stadium. But where's Coach Cool? He had to leave? Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, if we had to play anywhere else, the new Kearney High soccer stadium is beautiful. So we're kind of excited about playing there. Yeah. Everyone have a great year. Thanks to the Chamber and the Visitor Bureau and Runza. And we look forward to a great season for all the teams. You know, we wish everybody the best of luck. Thank you.
All right, congratulations and good luck to the soccer squad over there. I see that Chancellor Christensen was a late arrival here today, but Chancellor, thanks for being here. I heard you were picking up students in the van doing another carpool karaoke. As long as it was better than the last one, we'll all be good. But Thanks for all you do, though. Appreciate it. Let's move on here and talk a little Kearney High tennis. They're ready to get their season underway, and you may recognize the Salisbury name. The Kearney High tennis coach is Troy Salisbury. Coach.
All right, well, thanks for everybody for being here today, and thanks for inviting us to come talk a little bit about our program. Usually you think Nebraska is pretty much a football state, but I also like to think Kearney's a pretty big tennis community. We have a lot of success. Both Kearney High, Kearney Catholic, and UNK all have been very successful on the tennis courts. We've got a really large squad tennis-wise. We've got 29 guys out. You know, when you consider a lot of guys, Coach Cool had 110 football players, and we got another 29 playing tennis. That's a lot of athletes in the fall, so that's pretty amazing. We had a lot of success over the past few years. Last year, we went 162-27 in all our matches, so that's winning 86% of our matches, which was the 5th highest percentage in school history. So we want to continue to build on that. We were undefeated in our duels. We were undefeated in conference. The JVs were undefeated in their invites. So we just want to continue to build on that this season. Last year, we had a couple seniors that really contributed. Caleb Capellan was the career singles record holder, and Reed Wallace was the career doubles record holder. So those are some big shoes that we have to fill, but we're looking forward to our seniors this year, and we've got a ton of underclassmen. We've got 9 freshmen and 8 sophomores that are all competing for spots this year on the varsity level. So our seniors that I brought with me today, so I'll have them stand up, is Drew Fritzen. And Drew has been one of our top JV guys the past 2 seasons. He's really had a lot of success at that level. And one thing I like to talk about is, you know, when you have success, usually you can carry it over into other aspects of your life and when you move on to different things. And so now we're ready for Drew to step up to that new challenge on the varsity side, and we look forward to him to continue having success on the varsity level. Our second senior I brought is Eli Wolf. Eli has played varsity the past 2 seasons. He started as a sophomore at number 2 doubles, was a conference champion that year, and then he repeated that feat last year, was able to win conference at number 1 doubles. We're not sure in what aspect we're going to use him, whether it's singles or doubles this year, but we know he's going to have a very strong senior season to go along with the past 2, so we're excited about that. Both these guys have put in a lot of time in the off season, and we really expect them to have a great season. They're great leaders for us. One thing for myself, you know, it's kind of a transition for me this year. Many of you might know my assistant coach, Les Livingston, retired last spring. So after 45 years of coaching, and he's really a big part of building our tennis program at Kearney High. And so now we're kind of transitioning with not having him there, but it's been a pleasure working with him and having him as a mentor and a friend, and he drives by quite a bit, so I see his black pickup, so he won't go too far. My new assistant coach is Joy Wilson, and we're excited to have her. She is a Kearney High tennis alumni, and so we're looking forward to her continuing to grow and impact our program in a positive way. Our season begins tomorrow here in town. We play McCook and Holdridge in a double duel. We'll have over 80 kids, boys, playing tennis at all the tennis courts all over town. The varsity will be at Harmon Park. So if you're looking forward to checking out some tennis before football starts tomorrow night, come on out tomorrow afternoon. But again, thanks for coming out. Thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you, UNK. Good luck to all the coaches and athletes this season.
UNK volleyball team is ranked 13th 13th in the nation, but number 1 in our hearts. Boom, 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 boom. And they've actually added a blue-gold scrimmage that I had to remind the coach about. I guess either way, he's looking at it as he's going to lose that night. Everybody, aw. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach for the University of Nebraska Kearney volleyball team, Rick Squires.
You know, actually, the last 2 or 3 years in that blue-gold scrimmage, whichever side of the court I was on is about 1-7, I think. So, tells you the importance of assistant coaches. Thanks for coming out today and giving us a chance to talk a little bit about Loper volleyball, and certainly appreciate the attendance and the support. It's always a very exciting time of the year. Before we talk just a little bit here about our volleyball team this year, I do want to introduce our lone senior and one of our captains, Annie Wolf, business major from Omaha, Marion High School, spent the bulk of her high school career toiling away against the Rolfson twins of Nebraska, and so really nothing scares her here in the MIAA in Division II. So that's, I'm sure, part of the reason she's been so successful here. But she was an All-American last year and is on pace to have another great year for us. I think fortunately for her and for our program, we're a little bit more experienced this year than we were last year. We had to put 3 or 4 freshmen on the court on a regular basis last year, and they did very well. They had a great start to their career, but this year a number of those folks are back, and so we will see some players who are now in their second year performing and capitalizing on the experience that they have. We do have, along with Annie, we have 4 juniors, 7 sophomores, and 6 freshmen, so pretty good balance there. Still a little bit on the younger side, but again, probably more experienced than we were last year. And I believe 5 or 6 of the players returning were starters at one point last season. So camp has gone pretty well so far. Players are picking things up quickly. A couple of the other girls that were named captains this year, Caitlin Thomas and Tara Ziegelbein, are in class right now, but had good seasons for us last year, and again are on pace to come into their junior year and hopefully have strong years this year. We do have a roster of 18 players, and 13 of them are from Nebraska, so certainly a very good local feel to our team. The other 5 are from foreign lands like Kansas and South Dakota and Colorado and places like that. We do have a girl from Texas, so you know, that gives us a little edge every now and then to, you know, people look down your roster and see that Texas thing, that scares them. But it is a fantastic group of student athletes this year. They come in early, they leave late. We've been fortunate so far to stay relatively healthy. We've been at it for about 2 weeks. We had a scrimmage over the weekend against a couple of Division II opponents and a local NAIA team, and I think we got a chance to take a few steps forward there. We will be heading out to Colorado tomorrow for a couple of, we have 2 more days of scrimmages out in Colorado before we kind of use the last week of preparation to get ready for our first tournament, which is at the Colorado School of Mines. Dave mentioned that we will be having our blue and gold scrimmage on Wednesday, so that's kind of the final dress rehearsal before we start our season. And one interesting thing about the start of our season, we do have 3 open weekends before we get into MIAA play, which as usual is going to be really challenging. There's some nationally ranked opponents pretty much throughout the schedule, combined with some of the non-conference matches that we will play. But early in the season, the first 10 matches that we play are all against schools from a different state. So I just kind of took a look at the schedule here, and our first 10 matches are Pennsylvania, Colorado, California, Minnesota, Oklahoma, North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. So regionalization, smeegionalization, right? It's a national schedule, and we all know how we feel about the central region sometimes, but we'll get an interesting feel there. I think the first 3 weekends for where our team is at, but I think we're all very optimistic. I like the way we're competing so far. I think we have some talent, and I think for the most part we'll have a confident team that's going to be competitive and hopefully factor into the MIAA race and have another chance to get into the NCAA tournament. So we'd love to see you out at home matches here this year. Our first tournament is the second week out, the Fall Classic again, and we're looking forward to having 4 schools come in for that. And hopefully it's going to be another great year. So we wish all the other programs this fall the best of luck. I know it's an exciting time. Kearney High playing in the new facility with Coach Day over there. Kearney Catholic coming off 4 championships, huh? It's hard enough to win 4 games, let alone 4 championships. So it should be a great year for volleyball and fall sports in general, and we wish everybody the best of luck. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. The high school volleyball season gets underway on September 1st, and we just want to thank UNK baseball coach Damon Day for being in attendance to support, well, his wife. The head volleyball coach, as the Kearney High Bearcats will open up at Holdridge on the 1st, and she can tell you about the home opener on the 10th with their own invite. Here is second-year coach Jess Day.
Hello, thanks for having us out tonight. I want to say thank you to the Chamber and to the City of Kearney for having us here, and also want to take this opportunity to thank the community for being so supportive of not only Kearney High, I get to see it from that side, but also in helping my husband with our Upper Deck Club banquet, I get to see the awesome support that the community provides for us. So thank you for that. Also want to take this time to wish Coach Squires good luck this year. I owe a lot to Coach Squires for taking a chance on a kid from Omaha, Nebraska, making the long trek out to Kearney and letting me be his graduate assistant. I learned a lot from him, and Kearney's pretty lucky to have him here. So good luck, Coach. With me today, I brought Jaden Fish in the back here. These are our 2 senior captains here, Jaden Fish and Aaron Malin. These 2 have been pretty instrumental for us in that we graduated 6 seniors last year, and they are the 2 lone seniors coming in this season. And so they have really helped to make the transition from losing a load of kids to this new pretty young crew. So they're the old ladies mixed in with the youngins on the team. So they've been really great and really taking care of all those little things and little details with the younger athletes in our program, and really hitting home our expectations that we have. So very proud of them. And with that being said, with our only 2 seniors, we're pretty young this year. So we have 3 returning starters back in Bailey Sterling, Addie Palzer, and Alexis Mishu. And so, obviously, again, looking to fill a lot of shoes that we lost this last season. We are very excited to be in the new Kearney High School. I can't tell you how nice it is to leave practice and not be drenched in sweat like we did last year at the old Kearney High, so that's pretty fantastic. It's beautiful, and we're looking forward to opening up our Jamboree tonight. So we play Adams Central tonight at 6:30, so it'll be our first go to really get all of the loose ends kind of tied up of what we have to work on when we open up September the 10th. We're hosting a tournament where, we're going to hit it hard. We've got Grand Island Northwest, Aurora, Gretna, and North Platte coming to town. And if you followed state volleyball at all, they were all there. So we're looking forward to that challenge coming up on September the 10th. But thank you so much for all of your support, and we look forward to seeing you out at Kearney High this year.
I had 3 people come up to me before you went on and say, you have to say the real Coach Day. You have to say the real Coach Day. The good Coach Day. Damon. The cross-country MIAA preseason rankings were released this morning, and here to tell us more and about the upcoming season is the head coach for the UNK cross-country team, Brady Bonsall.
Since you said it that way, I guess I have to say something about the preseason polls. Our men were ranked first in the MIAA preseason poll, and it means nothing. All right, let's move on. Had our first track meeting yesterday. Had our cross country started last week, but had our first track team meeting yesterday. And I was trying to start off with something really inspirational, find some good quotes. I was looking through one of the planners that we give to the athletes at the beginning of the year, and they have a quote of the week in there. And for week number 1, it was a quote by Marv Levy, who used to be a head coach of the Buffalo Bills, Hall of Fame coach. I look at week 2, and it's a quote from Carl Lewis, one of the greatest athletes of all time, a great long jumper and sprinter. And then I look at week number 3, and it's a quote from Ryan Lochte. And here's the Ryan Lochte quote, and I'm not making this up. Have fun, because that's all that matters in life. Now, contrasting that just a little bit with Michael Phelps, Michael Phelps was in rehab a couple years ago, had his 2nd or 3rd DUI, was contemplating suicide, ends up in rehab, and during that time he latched onto a book written by a guy by the name of Rick Warren, Purpose Driven Life, Christian author, and he just latched onto that book, always had it with him. So I guess in rehab he started being referred to as Preacher Mike. If you watched the Olympics at all this year, you heard that several times about how he was referred to as Preacher Mike because he always had purpose-driven life. So comparing, the have fun, because that's all that matters in life. Here's the preface, the beginning of the book, Purpose-Driven Life. It's not about you. The purpose of your life is far greater than your own personal fulfillment, your peace of mind, or even your happiness. It's far greater than your family, your career, or even your wildest dreams and ambitions. If you want to know why you were placed on this planet, you must begin with God. You were born by His purpose and for His purpose. And so I shared that with the team. We have a young team on the cross-country end of things. So that perspective of it's not about you, because our athletes hear me say that all the time. They don't necessarily know where I'm quoting from, but they hear me say that. And it really takes a mature person to be able to start to grasp and really take ownership of that, And so Morgan Benish is with me here today. Morgan was an All-American last year. Go ahead and stand up. Exercise science major from Columbus SCOTUS. And I think Morgan would even tell you, man, as every year goes by, she starts to get that more and more and more. So even though she's someone who at an individual level has been competing at a really high level in the last year and a half, the team part of things becomes more important to her. She's more aware of those freshmen. She's more aware of what's going on around her. And then John Landrigan was here with us earlier. He had to leave and go to class, but he's our men's team captain. John's someone who, in all honesty, his faith is probably, he ranks right up there with probably people running around this campus. You won't find many people whose faith is more authentic than John Landrigan's. And John has really taken out, he's not an out front leader like we had with Alex Obermeyer last year, but he's really aware of people around him and what's going on. And so we've got a men's team that 4 of our top 6 graduated from last year, and we've got a lot to replace. But with that being the case, I probably couldn't ask for a better leader than John Landrigan as far as that goes. We get started next week, Augustana Twilight, kind of a cool atmosphere. It's in a soccer complex. Think if you were down at West Lincoln Way Park, if it was just a little bit bigger, lights on. They just got it set up as a 1-mile loop that you just run multiple times. Lights on, music blasting, have a high school meet before, high schoolers stay afterwards. They're all over the course, making a tunnel, you're running through it. 30 teams there from Kansas State, Nebraska, Creighton, Omaha, USD, so quite a few of Division I schools. But then you throw in Augie, Sioux Falls, Winona, us, so quite a strong Division II group as well. So it might be too much too soon, but it's going to be a great atmosphere, and we're excited about getting started. So thank you for all of you being here. Go Stars, Bearcats, and go Lopers.
You said that kind of fast, Brady. Was that your men are ranked number 1 in the preseason MIAA poll? Was that the case? No, that's not. No, that is the case. Congratulations on the great job you've done with those young men. Before we forget, I can't wait till they unveil the banner here at UNK for our own Olympian, Tervel Delagnev, who did great at the Olympics again here in Rio this last weekend. I don't know. He's gonna be testing a few of these Ord Chanticleers, his greatest alum ever. But Al Zickman is here again. I want to recognize Al in the front row. Al, thanks for being with us. And it just kind of goes downhill from there. We're winding things down. Oh wait, Kearney Catholic volleyball. Apparently they have a team. UNK has spoken about their team. Kearney High has spoken about their team, and Kearney Catholic will start with Arcadia Loop City again on September the 1st. And to talk about the Lady Stars, we welcome in the head coach, Chris Connor.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having us. Excited to be here with a couple of future Lopers, as one of them just signed last night, I heard. So I have Anna Squires and Kylie Teal out here in the back. If you want to stand up. Couple of great kids. I think they epitomize what Coach was talking about earlier about we, not me. They are, I think, the true picture of what you hope your leaders will be as far as involving everyone on the team, whether it's freshmen or sophomores. From the first week, we always make the seniors pair up with a freshman, and you really see a lot of true colors in that first week of our seniors. And I like what I saw when they were working with them. They really include them. They push them to be the best they can be, whether they're freshmen or sophomores or as seniors. And so I think they're going to do a great job this year. We have, like I said, 6 seniors. We have 26 out total. Kind of have a high standard, I think, for what they want to try to achieve. They have some pretty lofty goals. Again, definitely achievable with this group. I've seen a lot of improvement. Even in our senior class, I think they've really pushed their game up to the next level. We had some tough competition this summer, and that's what we want to do. We want to see how far we can get. And we've got one of those rematches we're looking really forward to. In the middle of our season, we're going to take on Papio South, so we're excited to see. We lost this summer, so that's kind of a good fuel for us, kind of a reminder to, what we need to work on. So we're looking forward to that, as well as we have some good rivals in our conference tournament for a couple more years. And then we go to our Columbus Invite and a couple other tournaments that we're looking forward to competing in. But I have a great group of seniors. If you want to get a catch of them, you can come tonight. We have a scrimmage tonight at 7, and we start our season next Thursday. Thank you.
Well, you know what they say at things like this? You always want to end on a high note. Well, we can't do that. But we do have the head coach for the Kearney Catholic cross country team, Don. Don, it's your turn. Everybody, a big hand for Don.
Coach Connor came. I was going to give the speech for the volleyball too, but she decided to show up. I told her yesterday I was going to do that if she didn't show up, so I think that's why she came. I have 2 runners here, both of them seniors, Kelsey Jameson and Hunter Ozentowski. And it's nice to have the seniors because, for cross country, it's kind of a nice thing, but it's a bad thing too. When the fall sports like volleyball and football are doing so well, that I don't get as many kids out for cross country. But we do have 10 boys out and 6 girls out for cross country this year. We have some young ones out this year, and it's nice to see that. And we have good senior leadership to get them, to where they need to be. It's nice to have them come out, and when we get to practices, those 2 are there to go, let's just get going and get things done, because sometimes there's a lot of things that they have to do in the practices. Coach Nicola does a great job, coming up with the plans and stuff and the practice schedules and stuff like that for them. Owe a lot to him. He ran for me, quite a while ago and stuff when we, had a lot of kids out for cross country and stuff. But these guys talk some people into coming out and things for me too. I see Robert Messbarger sitting here. You know, and then his grandpa sitting across from him. And I was always wondering why Chick always had that, you know, tennis racket that never had any strings in it. Because whenever I talked to one of the messboggers to try to come out for cross country or for track or anything like that, he would just grab him by the head with that and just pull him right over to tennis and stuff. So, but we do have a messbogger out this year. We got Nicole out this year. She's a freshman. So we do have a messbogger finally out for cross country. She must have dodged the you know, racket there. But thanks for everybody for, you know, having us out here, and we appreciate you know, all that the community does for Kearney Catholic, Kearney High, and the UNK Lopers. And I got one little thing on Coach Harvey here. I was trying to think of something as we were, you know, sitting there eating, because when I come to these, I don't know what I'm going to say. I just kind of come up here and start winging things. But there's two things about Coach Harvey. This has probably been, I don't know, was it 12, 13, 14 years ago, we went pheasant hunting back in in God's country back there in McCook area. My dad farms, and so we go back there and we went pheasant hunting. And, you know, we get out there, and all of a sudden, Coach Harvey's, you know, he's from Florida, okay? So I didn't really describe to him what type of hunting we were doing. I said, we're just going to go back and hunt. Well, it's pheasant season. I just figured everybody knew it was pheasant hunting, okay? So he's sitting there where he has the gun, and he's looking down just like this. I go, what are you doing? He's like, I'm hunting. I go, what are you hunting? And he goes, I'm hunting gators. I was like, we don't have any gators in Nebraska. Oh, wow. But then, after we're done hunting, we go to the Rocket Inn. And that's a place where it's got great pizza and stuff. And we're getting ready to walk in the doors, and Nebraska's playing, I don't remember who it was, Kansas or somebody that night, I think it was. And you know that in the movie The Patriot, when Mel Gibson's trying to make sure that he has the right people signing up to go to battle and stuff, and he walks in there and he says, God loves King George, and all those people turn and start throwing stuff. Well, we walk into the front door, and Coach Harvey goes, God loves Steve Spurrier. Holy smokes, I've never seen things stick into a wall like that. They were throwing axes and knives, and he's ducking out of the way and running out there. And I'm going, oh boy, where are we going to hide you? You're the only black person in Indianola right now. So we got him a Nebraska shirt on, and he threw that on, and he walked in, and everybody cheered. So we were all right then. Good luck, everybody. Thank you.
Before we hand out all the prizes and stuff, I again want to thank everyone. I want to thank Dr. Plinsky, want to thank everybody with the Chamber, everybody with the Visitors Bureau, Rich, Peter, all the coaches, all of you athletes, all the fans, thank you very much for coming out. And we've got some great stuff to give away from the Antelope Bookstore. What do you want to give away first, Rich? A coffee mug. Here, I'll let you draw and
Good
call.
swag, all right. The mug, 1562, 860, 1562. Up next, a cool Loper hat, 860, 1531. 1531.
By the way, love that Under Armour swag, too.
Yes. Up next, a sweatshirt. 1534. 1534.
Wow, that's a lucky table. We also have some tickets to the next Loper Luncheon. When is that coming up, Rich? September 8th. And the number is 565. Last three numbers 565. Way in the back. Way in the back. Mr. Peterson.
Too close to the web. To the streaming.
And don't stand up either. Stay where you're seated. The next lunch ticket is for 569. 569. Thought I heard a niner in there. Let's try a different one. 544. Right up there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Again, we want to wish the best of luck to everyone at UNK, Kearney Catholic, Kearney High. The first game for us on KGFW, which, by the way, we're now also on the FM dial at 96.1, will be the Bearcats in action tomorrow at Grand Island. We'll be on the air at 6:30, kickoff at 7. What about you, Doug?
We got a little football tonight, but Kearney Catholic Stars at Adams Central tomorrow night on ESPN 1460. Send us out of here.
Until next time, go Stars! Go Bearcats! Go Lopers!